with the numbers. You end up at the members menu. Start off by going to Works Inquiry, and that will, it's complex, just click Display. That will show you all the songs you've got all co-written with us, and anything that is written just by Andy won't be in this list.
That's alright.
But anything you wrote together will.
Okay.
So before you do all your reporting, have a look at what you've got, and if you don't have if all your songs aren't here, go to Works New Registrations and put the ones in that aren't in the list, and it will just make it all a lot easier. Do you have any songs that are written or co-written that you want to do? That aren't in that list?
Oh, new ones?
Yeah.
No, but that's already registered. How do you go back to that? The list of songs? It shows, yeah, so I've got Angels. Yeah, but we're just going to do this first list. Can we just do this first gig?
Sure. Okay.
Some of them are just Andy by himself, which I'll do that, or he'll do that separately.
Alright, so we'll go...
So let's just do the couple of songs there.
We'll go to live. Alright, so we've got all the songs that you own in there.
Yep.
You go to live performance returns, and you have to follow the steps through. So it asks you your password lots of times because it's a secure site, and
that's what we all want to know.
Yeah. Alright. Filming someone else's thing. Alright.
Yeah, I forget everything.
Yeah,
so.
That's a good idea.
You going to give me some more songs?
Alright. Yeah. So create or select performer. So what we do is we just want to report from one from each band, really. Or if you play solos. So this one, for the current financial year, we're going to put Andy and Marta. Is that correct?
No, it's got a Y at the end of Andy.
Yeah, that's called a typo. And then just click submit. So what we're doing now is, theoretically, Marta is recording the songs that they played in their band from the start of July last year to the end of June this year.
But I can do it partially from Andy's as well, can't I?
I'm not sure what that question is. Oh, we'll do this first.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we'll do it.
Alright, so you report the venues. What's one of your...
So the Daniel O'Connell Hotel.
Okay. When was it?
It was Sunday 26th of September 2010.
Residency just means if you
No.
playing 3 sets 2 nights a week at the same venue.
Yeah.
If you play at the Grace a few times a year, that's not a residency. It's just designed because some bars will pay license fees depending on sort of how much they pay performers or how much music they have, and sometimes in a pub in the country they may have one artist that plays 4 sets for 4 hours, and that would end up being more than their license fee was, so we'd just like to know that. The Daniel O'Connell. And what's that, 10th Street?
165 10th Street, North Adelaide.
And you'll be quicker at this if you know how to type properly. North Adelaide, comment would be
a great
if you played
time.
a few sets. Yeah. Or if you played with a really cool band, you might just list that you played with them, so when you look at it next year you go, oh, we played with a cool band. Alright, so you click submit, and then suddenly you've got a list. You've played with Dan, 10th Street, North Adelaide on that date. And every one you add in, you just end up with a big list if you played a big amount of gigs. And to do any edit, anything that's in blue, you can just hit that and it will help you edit things. So we'll just finish with that.
Yep.
And it says it's all in there and good. And then you report the works and performances. So basically what we'll do is end up with a big list of works too. And for regular pub gigs, it doesn't coincide with the set list so much. So if you just list all your gigs, then you say list all your songs, tell us how many times you played the song. It doesn't have to link up so much with the gig. So what's the song you would have played?
Lonesome Baby.
Lonesome Baby. And if this is registered with us, it should cross-reference with you who's logged in.
Yep.
And I click here. Yep, Lonesome Baby, written by Marta Bailey. So let's click on that one.
So basically you're trying to find out how many times that song was played for the year.
In that financial year.
Yeah.
And basically, by listing the gigs, you're just giving us evidence that
They were. Yeah.
that gigs were performed.
Yeah.
And
But you can just go through and just count how many times the song was played.
yeah, a lot of people would just enter all their gigs, then they'd put Lonesome Baby 8 and submit that.
brilliant.
And that's a pretty fast way to do it. If you wait till the end of the financial year. I personally just do them after each gig because I don't like to forget gigs, and I usually end up showing someone how to do it, so I just do it. Duration's not strictly important. If the work's,
I think it was about 4 minutes.
if the work is like under a minute or above 20 or something, I think they may get paid at a different rate.
Yeah.
But if it's just a regular, 2-minute to 10-minute song, it's not a big issue, but it won't let you go past that point unless you put a duration. Played it once at that gig?
Yeah.
Submit it? You wouldn't. Yeah, I played it 10 times. And then, so that's that
in
song.
this room.
What else did you play?
Angels.
Angels?
Angels Need. I think it's registered as.
Okay. Yep, Angels Need. Written by both of you guys.
Yep.
You've already registered that with a duration. So once.
So guys, if you forget this, I'll pop this on YouTube and thank me later.
What do you have now?
And I think for that gig, the rest of them are Andy's.
Okay. Well, without Andy registering them, yeah, let's just see if they're actually in there. I'm going to tick cover because you're reporting for someone else's song.
Alright. Let's do Happiness Runs.
Okay. Oh, maybe it won't pop up if you haven't.
Andy Armstrong.
If it's not your own song. So just put Andy Armstrong.
Yep.
Someone will get this when it's all processed in Sydney and go Andy Armstrong. It'll get cross-reference because he'll have a song called that in our system. So that's no problem. Andy, how long would that be?
3 minutes. 3.5.
Depends on our mood. Say, say 4.5. When we're stoned,
Yeah.
it goes for over 20.
You want to be there for that one.
We can just keep repeating.
Maybe there should be a little box at the end to tick if that's the case.
I'll cut that out for you.
Alright, submit. So then, this is listed in by Andy, Happiness Runs. We don't have an identifier because no one's verified it yet. That won't be a problem.
Okay, but because I've entered that as a cover,
Yep.
If Andy was logged in, would he not have to submit that in his live return?
That's correct. Andy won't need to do one for your band.
Okay.
If,
So that
if you're
still
doing
counts.
solo shows, that would be... Oh, absolutely.
Because that was us doing it together.
Yeah, we're not worried about the performer, but you've reported as an Apra member that you played Andy's song at this gig.
I think for ease, though, it probably is easier for Andy to be logged in and doing it that way because it's just easier rather than me putting covers. But
Yeah, but if we end up with two recordings for the same band...
No, we won't. That won't happen. I'm just saying, rather than me putting cover every time, it's probably just easier if I do it for Andy from his login.
That's your choice, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, I will finish this one then. Do you have anything else to add in, or?
Well, there's a few more, but
For the exercise, that should be enough.
yeah,
Treat that as enough, Matt.
you don't.
Yeah,
We don't
and-
need to do the whole thing.
Okay, so
I'll do it later.
so then you can just go back and check. You're reporting for this one. It said that you've played the Dan, and at the Dan you played those 3 songs. So if you didn't enter any more things at all by the end of this month, Apra would pay
$3.
3 songs. One would
That's
go to
what I said
Andy.
before. You can send me my $2 check.
Yeah. Ah, well.
But then if I play those at other gigs that I enter, I just change the
It
number of
costs
times
$2
played,
a
right?
set.
Absolutely. So
That's
when
all.
you go back
Yeah.
to the gig list, you